Welcome to this Yoga Nidra practice that will change you, that will help you find and tap into your life purpose. When I first started practicing Yoga Nidra, my teacher at the time said, "This practice will change you." And as I've been creating more classes, having done my teacher training myself in Yoga Nidra, I'm finding that these practices change so deeply. So if you've been feeling you're seeking your life purpose, feeling a disconnect from it often, you can use this practice to come back home. If you haven't practiced Yoga Nidra before, it is completely beginner friendly. I encourage you to find and think about your sankalpa before we begin. A sankalpa is a positive affirmation stated in the present tense. Something as simple as I am. Encourage you to think about it, pause the video for a second. It could be something around, I'm open to receiving my life purpose. I'm open to feeling worthy of a purpose. We're going to be going on a journey to remember our human connection and experience our higher selves and our true purpose. So come with an open heart and mind. I recommend practicing one of my yoga flows before this. I'll link to one down in the comments below, to prepare your body to receive this truth. But if you are ready, let's begin. All you'll need for this Yoga Nidra practice is a flat surface or comfortable place to lie down, a few blankets and pillows if you desire. Come to lay flat on your back, placing a pillow underneath your knees and a pillow under your head. If you'd like, you can place a blanket over your body. Extend your legs out long and place your hands on your sides, palms facing up with a slight bend in your elbows to not overstretch the arms. Relax into the earth and the practice of Yoga Nidra. Sleep with trace awareness. Practice becoming completely effortless by taking a few slow, comfortable breaths. With each exhale, feel your body relax more deeply. Make sure the surface you're resting on is smooth and there are no lumps or bumps or wrinkles beneath you. Settle into your nest, allowing your whole body to melt into the floor. Relaxation phase. Make sure your body is completely relaxed, so your body will have no desire to move. Arms are by your side with palms facing up. Let your feet separate slightly apart from each other so the hips can relax completely. Feel your entire body from the toes to the head, letting go of tension and relaxing into the floor. Feel your feet relaxing. Feel your legs relaxing. Feel your hips and buttocks relaxing. Feel your abdomen and your low back relaxing. Feel your chest and mid-upper back relaxing. Feel your arms and hands relaxing. Feel your shoulders and neck relaxing. Feel your face and head relaxing. Begin to collect your attention for a few minutes. Take long, deep abdominal breaths, letting your awareness focus on your breathing. Feeling the breath move in the lungs and feeling the breath move out. Repeat to yourself, I choose to remain still. Throughout the practice of Yoga Nidra, remain awake and aware. Say to yourself, I am awake I am aware. Yoga Nidra has now begun. Begin to listen to the sounds around you. First, listen to the most distant sounds you can hear. Do not try to identify the source of the sound, but simply listen for any sounds at all. Then listen to the sounds closer to where your body is resting, feeling your attention coming into the room. Feel your body resting, open, perfectly comfortable on the floor. Now listen to sounds within your body. These may be physical sounds such as the sound of your own heart beating, or breath in your lungs. Or you may hear psychic sounds within you. Sankalpa. Before we begin the systematic process of Yoga Nidra, you will now generate a sankalpa, a heartfelt intention. First, bring your awareness to your heart and visualize something, someone, or someplace you are grateful for. Feel gratitude spreading from your heart throughout your entire being. Then, carrying this feeling of gratitude in your heart, begin to create the sankalpa by feeling or seeing an image of your intention. Holding this feeling or image, say your sankalpa 3 times clearly with absolute certainty that the sankalpa will manifest and be fulfilled. 3 times, state your intention. Then, after you've repeated your intentions, give thanks, feeling thankful for the sankalpa already coming into being. Now we will move into the setting of the energy points. You will hear a point in the body and bring your awareness there. Be as effortless as possible, allowing any sensations to arise, including physical, energetic, a feeling of awareness, a vision of light. Using the mind as if you're traveling on a train, starting at the eyebrow point, the throat, be effortless. Right shoulder, right elbow, be effortless. Right wrist, tip of the right thumb, tip of the right index finger, tip of the right middle finger, tip of the right ring finger, tip of the right little finger, right wrist, effortless. Elbow, shoulder, throat. Go to the left shoulder, left elbow, left wrist, thumb, index finger, middle finger, left ring finger, little finger, left wrist, elbow, left shoulder, throat. Move down to the center of the breastbone, center of chest, right chest, center of chest, navel, perineum, be effortless. Right hip, right knee, ankle, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, be effortless. Right ankle, knee, hip, perineum, left hip, left knee, ankle, left big toe, left second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, ankle, knee, hip, perineum, navel, be effortless. Center of the chest, throat center, point between the eyebrows. Be aware of the whole body, scanning from the top of the head all the way down to the tips of the toes, and then back up to the toes, all the way to the top of the head, feeling the whole body. Bring attention to the breath. See the breath as it moves in and out of the nostrils like two separate flows. With complete effortlessness, just watch your breath as it rises and falls. Practice relaxation and awareness of the breath without trying to alter or control the breath. Remaining completely relaxed, begin to see or visualize a mental alternate nostril breath without forcing. See the breath rise through the left nostril and fall through the right nostril. Rise through the right, fall through the left. Then add counting backwards from 54. Breathe in the left, 54. Out the right, 54. Next breath, in the right, 53. Out the left, 53. In the left, 52. Out the right, 52. Mental alternate nostril breath. Simply follow the breath with the mind. If you finish early, start over again. If you lose track, start over again. Effortless, counting alternate nostril breath. Stop counting. It doesn't matter how far you've counted or if you finished or lost track. Now we're going to cultivate different sensations. The first one is heat. Imagine you're outside on a very hot day. You're in the midday sun. There's no shade in sight. Feel the heat penetrating your body as the sun shines down with incredible intensity. You are sweating profusely as heat permeates your entire body. The next sensation is cold. Cultivate the feeling of cold. Feel that you are lying on a cold surface. The air is cold. Your bones are chilled. Your muscles are contracted. The cold reaches through the surface of your body to your bones, internal organs, and you notice a shiver in your body. Now you feel heavy, legs heavy, arms heavy, head heavy, ribs heavy. Your body feels laden. You are so heavy, you cannot move. You feel that you are sinking down into the earth. Lightness. Feel light. Your body is as light as a feather. Feel space between your body and the floor. Feel your body feels like how it could float away from the floor. Pain. Access the sensation of pain throughout any of the 5 senses. Feel a memory of pain. Grow the feeling of pain. Let it move through your being. Pleasure. Feel pleasure through any of the 5 senses. Something beautiful that you've seen or smelled. Cultivate that feeling of pleasure. Your whole body is vibrating with pleasure. The hairs on the end of your skin start to stand up on end. Pleasure. Release the sensations. Now we will move through some visual symbols. See these visions in your mind or indirectly in front of your forehead. There's a blank or black space directly in front of the forehead. Visualize these symbols in that space. Ancient tree. Ancient tree. Ancient tree. Waterfall. 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 Golden vase. Golden vase. Golden vase. Dew on the tip of a tree branch. Dew on the tip of a tree branch. dew on the tip of a tree branch, sacred face in the bark of a tree, sacred face in the bark of a tree, sacred face in the bark of a tree. Petroglyph drawings, petroglyph drawings, petroglyph drawings. Driftwood floating in the ocean, driftwood floating in the ocean, driftwood floating in the ocean. Waves on an infinite ocean, waves on an infinite ocean, waves on an infinite ocean. Feel how waves on the ocean are like waves of the mind. Using your imagination, staying in the stillness of Yoga Nidra with your physical body, imagining your astral body finding itself nestled under a tree in the middle of a warm winter's day. Imagining yourself laying on the ground in a comfortable blanket, feeling warm from the sun, having heated this spot up just for you, and bringing attention to your gaze through the lines of the trees, of the canopy above you, noticing its interconnection, its weaving, its stillness, and also movement in the wind. Noticing the connection back to the core of this tree and the light flickering in and out of the branches. Seeing now that at the edge of some of the branches are this glittering light, where you see a drop of dew from rainfall that's come before the sun came out. And as you look up, you notice one drop makes its way to your forehead, kissing you, reminding you you are also connected. It glides down to the side of each temple, splitting in two, down past the rim of your ears, back into the earth. Then you notice another drop on your cheek, reminding you are worthy, and another drop on your lips, and you lick your lips and taste the glory of this water droplet, and it makes its way into your body, starting an electric reaction. Soon all of your cells turn on, are reminded of their connection, all the way from the crown of your head, through your heart center, to your fingertips, your chest and belly, your core and your root, down to your legs and toes. This whole system, every cell lit up, reminded it too belongs. And soon you feel a weight on top of your pelvic bowl. You imagine yourself sliding your hands down on the top of your hip bones. And there you find this beautiful relic of a bowl. It's heavy and ancient. And you sit up and pick it up with both hands. And you notice on the edges, there's the most beautiful artwork, renditions and pictures, words that aren't in a language you understand, but your fingertips trace them nonetheless as if they are braille you can speak. And on them are the messages and truths of your ancestors, the ones they spoke, the ones they didn't speak, ingrained here on this edge of this bowl. And the rim is glittering. You take your fingertips around the edges and it sings. And you dip your fingers now inside. And there's a small amount of dew-dropped water in it too. And you feel an urge to fill up this bowl with water. So you look around you and you notice before you is a beautiful water source, your favorite water source. Maybe it's a waterfall, a river, a lake, some fresh snow that's melting in, filling up your bowl now. And you bring it back to sit below the tree. And there you dip your fingertips in. And you sanctify yourself, first taking a drop at the center of your eyebrow, maybe sprinkling it on your shoulders, or dropping it all over your head, just washing yourself. And as you do this, you notice that you are in a circle of others around you doing the same on this beautiful journey. And you get up out feeling worthy, your purpose, your truth, with your whole voice and your whole body, noticing your fingertips sparking creation right out of them. You notice that in just one word you can create anything. And you're there, letting your body remember, tell you, in this holy sharing of discovering and seeing yourself. Rest here, witnessing as you create, as you imagine, as you are witnessed in the circle around you. The speaker will resume in 8 to 10 minutes. Gently come to find yourself back to the tree and rest underneath its canopy. Looking up, you notice this tree has taken form of a face to witness you, smiling, beckoning you to share. Beginning with gratitude, share your sankalpa, your positive affirmation, thanking this beautiful moment when you are done. Gently come back into this current body by noticing the textures underneath you, on the back of your palms, the under your toes or legs. Slowly begin to notice the sounds in the room around you. You're noticing your breath, the sounds around you or the sounds far away. And gently begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, coming back into the body, taking your time, going slowly. And when you're ready, roll to your right side and use your top hand to come up to a simple seat. Encourage you to take the next 5 to 10 minutes in silence to journal about your experience, or just let it all integrate in, knowing that everything you saw and experienced is true and already here inside your body. Let me know how you're doing in the comments below. Feel free to share this video with anyone else who might need it. Namaste.